Alright, so what's going on, guys? I wanted to mainly tell a story today. Today, I was feeling like garbage this morning. I really didn't feel like doing much. I know I wasn't feeling productive. Self-confidence and self-esteem wasn't the highest. I just overall wasn't feeling too good this morning. So, I ended up just playing video games all morning, kind of making some food, getting my lunch ready for later today. And around noon, I decided I gotta get outside. I gotta get some fresh air. I gotta go move around. So I went outside just to shoot some hoops. I was kind of just hanging out, and I was just trying to think of like different ways I can kind of get myself in a mood to do something before I had plans later on in the evening. As I was kind of playing basketball or shooting hoops outside, I did start to eventually feel better. I was listening to some of my favorite music as well. Once I kind of shifted into a more positive state of mind, it's funny. It was just perfect timing. Because there was like a minivan that had pulled up, and the guy was kind of staring at me for about a couple minutes maybe. And I finally was just like, hey, how's it going, man? What's going on? He came up to me and said that he's been looking for a neighbor to kind of give him a hand with something, and asked if I had a little bit of time. I said, yeah, no worries. Like I got 5-10 minutes. What's going on? How can I help you out? And I gotta say, I've lived in the neighborhood with this guy for years. I've seen him a couple of times. I never met him, didn't know his name, so it was kind of like talking to a stranger. I introduced myself to him, obviously, and he basically said that he needed a neighbor to help him out moving a plant from a house to the townhome that he's moving into in the same neighborhood. Yeah, I said, yeah, I got time, so I went with him and I decided I'd help him out. And like any other smart person that's just hanging out at the park, I jumped in this dude's minivan. We went to his place. You know, he was an alright dude. He had a pretty similar cat to mine. We hung out. I pet his cat. I moved the plant for him. It turned out I could move it myself. He didn't even really have to help. It was no problem. I moved it for him, and he had gone on to tell me afterwards, hey, thank you so much, Mark. I've been trying to move this plant for about an hour by myself, and I even got it outside, but I couldn't get in the back of my van. And I gotta say, I really appreciate it, man. Like, it only took us a couple minutes together. The cool part was, you know, we had never met each other or anything, but we were super friendly. Obviously, I was helping him out, so he's gonna be nice to me, but we were super friendly. It was kind of a really nice neighborly experience. It was pretty cool, but it did get me thinking a few things. The first one being, you know, he probably would have saved a lot more time had he just asked for help in the beginning, right? Once he kind of noticed he was struggling with something, probably would have saved himself an hour. Right? The other thing kind of got me wondering as well is he probably had the notion of asking for help, and that just sat in his head for a while before he actually did it. And it kind of led me to a new idea. We always tell people to reach out if they ever need anything, but a lot of the times, people that need to reach out are the people that are struggling because they're not the type that can speak up or reach out when they need to. Now, it's a really hard concept because obviously you don't want to spoon feed everybody around you, but it did get me thinking about how we could kind of treat each other, or how, I'll be blunt, how I could treat my friends better or the loved ones around me, right? Because if this guy had to sit there and think for about an hour, yeah, you know what, I guess I need help. I guess I should go and ask someone for help. I mean, moving something physically that you're not like able to physically move is not that embarrassing to admit. But when you need help because you get stressed over things that you feel like maybe someone else wouldn't stress over, or you've got a problem that you're just flat out embarrassed to talk about, odds are you're gonna wait a lot longer than 1 hour to reach out for help. I know for myself, it took me years to reach out for help for something that I was dealing with in my personal life. Not that people never asked me if I needed anything or needed help, but it definitely was encouraging or almost conducive for me to get more help, to have someone kind of checking in on me like that. So I guess, if nothing else, take this as a reminder to check in on your friends, check in on your loved ones, because sometimes if they're struggling, they might not have the courage or even the emotional ability to step up and say, hey, I need some help. It's not gonna hurt if you just reach out to your buddies and ask them, genuinely, how are you doing, man? Is there anything I can do to help? Even if nothing's wrong, I'm sure they're gonna appreciate the fact that you just genuinely care about how they're doing. It's a rare thing to come by nowadays, because as you walk down the street, as you're on SkyTrain or a bus, people are just walking around, texting away, right? So genuinely, the next time you see your friends, give them a big, genuine smile. Let them know that they make you happy, and let them know that you're there for them. And just see how they're doing. If you don't see them very often in person, give them a call. Check in on them. Because hindsight's 20/20, right? We can always look back and say, oh, I should have done more. It's better to look at what can I do now? What more can I do now? And a little phone call or just a simple question when you see someone can make a world of a difference. Not to mention that showing that you're genuinely concerned for someone or helping someone is going to make you feel good in return as well. So go out and genuinely let someone that you care about, let them know you care about them. And take care. Thank you so much.